Swiggity swag, what's in the bag? Jay here, bringing you guys another top 5 video, and this week I am bringing you guys my top 5 poison type Pokemon, because poison type was the type that won last week in last week's vote between poison and flying. But if you guys are enjoying this series so far and you happen to enjoy this video as well, do not forget to hit that like button, as it does help support the series, support the channel. Video makes me a very happy guy. Also, do not forget to leave your own top 5 poison type Pokemon down in the comment section below, and also do not forget to vote for next week's top 5. It is between ice and flying, and also you probably won't see things like Drapion or whatever on this list, because I'm trying not to repeat myself when it comes to these top 5 lists, because they tend to get repetitive when the Pokemons are dual types. So yeah, and also keep in mind that this list is fully opinionated, so let's go ahead and jump into this list. So coming in at number 5 on this top 5 list is Amoonguss, and Amoonguss is on this list because, I mean, I don't know, when it came out in Generation 5, I was like, I don't really know how I feel about Amoonguss. I mean, it looks okay. It has the whole Pokeball thing going on with this little arms in its head. I mean, I think that's kind of cool for Pokemon design anyway. But when you actually go and look at it competitively, Amoonguss is really freaking good. Okay, first of all, it gets the ability Regenerator, I do believe, which means once it switches out, it regains HP. And I think that is a really good, that's really good. And then not only that, but it's typing grass poison. It's a really nice typing, because, like, you know, normally people like try to go for Sludge Bomb on it, or on a grass type, you know. Now of course it's still weak to fire, flying, it's weak to psychic, it's not weak to ground because of its grass typing. But Amoonguss is a really good wall, to be honest with you guys. Amoonguss is bulky, it can take hits. I usually try to couple Amoonguss with something like Slowbro, because Amoonguss can be a special wall, Slowbro is a physical wall, and then Slowbro, they both have regenerators, so you can you have a regenerator core. And then Amoonguss is weak to fire and psychic and whatever, and then Slowbro isn't, and then Slowbro is weak to electric and grass, and Amoonguss resists those. So then it's just kind of like a perfect core with both of them. And just Amoonguss in general is just, it's so hard to take down, because you have to hit it hard. Like, you have to hit this thing really hard in order to actually kill it. And I actually really like that about Amoonguss. Like I said, Amoonguss is bulky. I love the bulk behind Amoonguss, and that's essentially about it. I don't really use Amoonguss as much in Wi-Fi battles. I actually don't Wi-Fi battle a lot, but like when actually thinking about it, thinking about my favorite poison type Pokemon, Amoonguss is definitely one of those Pokemon that I actually really like. And yeah, that's essentially why Amoonguss is on this top 5 list. You know, it's bulky, it has a great ability, its moveset, you know, run Giga Drain, I think Sludge Bomb, I think Clear Smog, and whatever other moveset you want to run on it. But that's why it's on this top 5 list. So coming in at number 4 on this top 5 list is Roserade, and Roserade is on this list because let's look at Roserade for a second. Roserade can be either a special attacker, it can be a special wall, it can be a lead with think spikes, toxic spikes, whatever. It has the ability Natural Cure. It does get Technician and Poison Point as well, but I mean, I think its better ability is Natural Cure. If you're not sure what Natural Cure does, if you have a status ailment like burn, sleep, poison, but you can't poison Roserade because it is a poison type, paralysis, whatever, when you switch out, it heals that status. And I think that's a really nice ability, especially if you're running something like a rest Roserade. You can go for the rest and then switch out immediately, and your Pokemon will instantly wake up. So it's kind of like a free Lumberry, but it's not really a Lumberry because it doesn't activate in battle. You have to actually switch out. And I'm sitting here just explaining the ability of Roserade, but like, Roserade can be a setup Pokemon. It can set up hazards. It can be a special wall. It can take special hits. Its typing is really good. It's the same typing as Amoonguss. That's really nice. It can be a special attacker, get a nice and powerful Leaf Storm. It can do so many things. It gets extra sensory. It gets sleep powder. It gets let's see, Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb. Basically, just those are just really the staple moves on a Roserade. I think Giga Drain or Leaf Storm, Sludge Bomb, either Toxic Spikes, Did I say Leaf Storm already? I think I did. Sleep Powder, just all those moves. Those moves are basically staple on Roserade, and I do like how they actually gave Roselia a pre-evolution and an evolution, because Roselia was just kind of there, but now that we have Roserade since Generation 4, and I mean that's just cool. I like how they actually, you know, decided to go back and, you know, give a little bit of credit to Roselia, but that is why Roserade is on this top 5 list. So coming in at number 3 on this top 5 list is Weezing, and Weezing is on this list because, let's just be honest here, Weezing is a very, very, very powerful physical wall, okay? When it comes to physical walls, Weezing is really nice. Now, when it comes to being a special wall, okay, on the special side, Weezing is ass. I will sit here and say it. Weezing sucks when it comes to taking a special hit. I don't think it could take a special hit really well, but when it comes to physical hits, oh my gosh, this thing just takes it and just eats it up. It's just like yum 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 yum, delicioso. It eats it up. It gets Fire Blast, Thunderbolt. It gets Will-O-Wisp. I think it gets Will-O-Wisp. It gets all of these just weird freaking moves that you wouldn't think a Weezing would get, but it gets them anyway, because Weezing is just fucking great. And then it can take physical hits for freaking days. Sometimes, like, I see people couple Weezing with Florges, because Florges is weak to poison, and then Weezing isn't, and then Florges is a special wall. Weezing is physical. Weezing, I think, gets Pain Split as well, and then it gets Sludge Bomb. All these moves, it gets. It's just a really good Pokemon. Give it a Black Sludge. It gets HP back each turn. It just eats hits. It just eats hits, and I just love that about Weezing. I like how you can bring in a Conkeldurr, and the Weezing will swallow the close combat or whatever, or Drain Punch, whatever. You could bring in a Heracross, a Mega Heracross, and Weezing will just eat up the physical hit, just because it's a fucking Weezing. I love that about Weezing, and I like how James had one in the anime. Like, it's such an underrated Pokemon, and yet it's underrated but overrated. I don't know what they even call it. It's just a really good Pokemon, and that is why Weezing is on this week's top 5 list. So coming in at number 2 on this top 5 list is Nidoking, and Nidoking is on this list because, I mean, let's be honest. Nidoking didn't really have a purpose, more or less, until Generation 5, when it got the ability Sheer Force. Sheer Force is a really, really nice ability. If you don't know what Sheer Force does, basically any move that causes some sort of after effect, like let's say Fire Punch or Thunder Punch or something. Fire Punch has a chance to burn, I think, and Thunder Punch has a chance to paralyze. Well, it takes those moves, it boosts those moves, but it removes the additional effects. So with Nidoking gets moves like Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, Earth Power, Sludge Bomb. All those moves have after effects to them, and I think Earth Power has an after effect to it. I think, yeah, and it gets rid of those effects and it boosts the power of those moves. And you don't even really need the added effects, because you just need that sheer power. I love the sheer power that Nidoking can bring about, you know, and it could be a special Nidoking or a physical Nidoking. I like how they actually went and boosted Nidoking's physical attack stat just so people will run physical Nidoking. Like in Generation 5, because, you know, a couple of Pokemon did get their stats changed around a little bit, and Nidoking was one of them, I do believe. And you could run a physical Nidoking, you can run a special Nidoking. That it's just awesome. It's amazing. I love that about Nidoking. It's so versatile. It's not necessarily fast, but you can just put a Choice Scarf on it, which is what most people do. And then after that, it's like pack your bags. It's a wrap. Like, Nidoking is here to stay, and I love it. And coming in at number 1 on this top 5 list is the one and only Nappy Boy 92 Gengar. And Gengar is on this list because, well, first of all, I didn't want to put Gengar on the Ghost type list because I figured, you know, Gengar would end up on the Poison type list as well, and it's kind of hard to come up with a Poison type list. So I was like, you know what, Gengar is just perfect for this list. But not only that, Gengar is fast. It has a really high special attack, and it gets moves like Thunderbolt, Sludge Bomb, a Shadow Ball, and all these other moves. And then it gets the elemental punches as well. Like, have you ever ran a Choice Banded Gengar? I've ran a Choice Banded Gengar, and it's pretty funny. It's hilarious. I love it. I love it so very much. I don't know why I like running physical Gengar. It's just hilarious. But like seriously though, I like how Gengar is just fast and it just hits hard. That's really the only thing I like, I guess maybe design wise. And then it gets a Mega Evolution, which only jacks up those stats even more. And then you can run a paint, you can run what, Pair Song Set, you can run Sub Disable. There's just so many types of Gengars you can run. And I mean, I like how such a frail Pokemon like Gengar can have so many different sets. And I don't know, that I just like that about Gengar. I mean, I don't know about you, but I like that about Gengar. And I don't know, I mean, look, it's always smiling. Gengar is always like, it always has like a smirk. It's always smiling. I don't know, I like it. I like that. But that is why Gengar is on this top 5 list. And that is going to be it for this top 5 list, you guys. So if you guys did enjoy this list, do not forget to hit that like button, as it does help support the channel and the video, and it makes me a very happy guy. Also, do not forget to vote for next week's top 5. It is between Ice and Flying, and don't forget to leave your own top 5 poison type Pokemon down in the comment section below. But I am out of here, you guys, and see you guys next week. Peace!